and Jesus here is walking around, sha-la-la-la-la, and I'm hungry. Do you think he will kill the animal to fry it up and eat it, or do you think he'll fuck it, you can live, I'll eat the fruits?
Probably the fruits. I would guess.
Ok, hei. Jeg er i Kristiansand og bestemte meg for å se om noen som vil være med på noe aktivisme, så jeg la ut en tråd på Veganpreik der jeg sa hei, jeg er i Kristiansand, lurer på om noen vil være med ut og gjøre litt gradeaktivisme. Jeg fikk med meg Vivian, Karoline og Simon som ble med. Vivian og Karoline bakte cupcakes, og vi viste litt video i bytte mot et par minutter filmtitting. Det var overraskende gøy. Det var dritkaldt ute, men vi møtte veldig mange kule mennesker, og det var faktisk mange som reagerte veldig, veldig positivt. Så det skal jeg vise deg nå, og heng med til slutten, for jeg tror du kommer til å digge slutten.
Gratis cupcake.
For det leser litt da. Ja, har du lyst? Hvilken skal du ta? Den?
Det vi har gjort her, det er at det her er en svensk organisasjon som heter Djurrättsalliansen, som har vært rundt på gårder i Sverige, hovedsakelig da, og filmet hva som skjer på gårdene når ikke det er reklamefolkene er der og filmer. Hvordan det ser ut i virkeligheten imellom den søte kongen.
Mamma min er veganer, så spiser ikke dyr eller produkter.
Så du gjør ikke det?
Nei.
Hva synes du om det da?
Jeg har litt lyst til å bli vegetarianer selv, men jeg synes det er litt vanskelig også. For det er veldig mange som spiser det, og så blir jeg invitert og sånn.
Klart, det er nok så stort valg å ta. Og det kan jo føles nok så vanskelig å ta det valget. I alle fall når alle rundt dem ikke er veganer eller vegetarianer. Jeg synes det store spørsmålet til slutt blir, for min del blir det så at jeg synes kanskje at dyrene fortjener bedre enn hva vi gir dem. Og at liksom i slutten så kan man tenke, er det her som vi ser på klippen har vært det? I forhold til den hvor lettvint det er å være som alle andre. Det er litt min tanke. Og det er det vi står her for å vise folk hva som skjer i virkeligheten, ikke bare på reklamefilm. Sånn at folk kan ta et valg, vite hva vi snakker om, vite hva som skjer. I stedet i stedet for bare å gjøre sånn som man har gjort det i stedet.
Jeg har alltid tenkt at jeg skal bli når jeg flytter hjemme, for da får mamma lage
Hva er det som gjør at du så vil ikke lage vegansk mat? Det er sånn,
jeg vet ikke, jeg tipper at hvis jeg hadde spurt, så hadde jeg jo sikkert gjort det, men jeg vet ikke det. Jeg føler bare at når jeg bor hjemme og liksom mamma handler inn maten og sånn, så er det på en måte litt mer lett. Men jeg spiser ikke sånn egg og sånn, og jeg drikker ikke melk, men hvis det er i maten, så...
Ja. Det finnes en gruppe i Norge som heter Veganpreik.
Jeg er med i den.
Fantastisk. Om dere synes det her virker litt spennende, så kan dere gjerne bli medlem der.
Vi er nesten mye rett nå.
Ja, spring. Takk for at dere stoppet. Det var kjempesnilt for dere.
Jeg prøvde å vise sånne ting til mamma, men hun vil ikke se.
Nei, men det er ikke alle som vil se det, fordi at da må en jo plutselig ta stilling til det.
Ja.
Og man vet hva en forårsaker, så man forholder seg til det. Og det er jo det som det er så lett å bare si nei takk til å se. Og derfor vi står her på gata, liksom, for å bli litt mer synlig, litt mer tydelig.
I min klasse er det faktisk sånn, vi er 13 stykker, og jeg tror 8 stykker er vegetarianere eller veganere. Så
så fint å se hvordan det sprer seg.
Ja, det er veldig mange.
Det er gøy å høre.
Ja, det er skikkelig gøy, faktisk.
Sikkert.
Tusen takk for at du stoppet. Ja, ha det bra. Det var kult.
animal cruelty.
Well, at least animal production. So you'll be fine if you think that standard methods is cruelty or not. 95% of all pigs that we feed up here in Norway live inside every day of their life. The only time they feel or they breathe fresh air is when they're going to the slaughterhouse. And the reason why we're standing here is not to point fingers at people who eat these kinds of things. It's just to remind people they are actually individuals. We try to evoke some kind of emotional response or empathy in some kind of way towards these poor creatures. The movie's going to continue like this. You can stay as long as you want, but our main goal here is to see what you think about this. If you have some thoughts, maybe you'd like to share them with us?
I've actually seen a lot of, or my sister's a vegan.
Okay.
So she's exposed me to a lot of
These kinds of photos.
these kinds of things.
Yeah.
And we discuss a lot about the choice to kind of turn off that thought process in your brain. Like you can kind of choose not to think about it. Like especially the way it's presented to us in supermarkets. And I don't know. I feel like, I definitely think I'm guilty of that for the practical sake of it. Because I obviously don't want animals to be treated like this. This is terrible, right? Like this is awful, but
you still consume it.
But I still consume it,
Yeah,
and I still
So this is the kind of double standards that most people have, you know.
Right.
Yeah, you're not alone about this. I mean, nobody wants animals to suffer.
Yeah.
Nobody wants that.
Right.
So we're all even. Well, that's what everybody who's walking past here thinks.
Right.
We all agree on this.
Yeah.
So the question then becomes, what can I do to change that? And then most people will do the same as you. We're going, well, I can just shut my ears and shut my eyes and just go along and do what I've always done.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like the double standards we all face in our own lives. Like we can buy clothing that comes from slaves in Bangladesh also, because it's cheap and easy.
Right.
There are things that we can do though.
Yeah.
Like we can choose to gradually try new things that are more animal friendly.
Right.
Or we can do as your sister and become vegan, and then you kind of know that you don't contribute to this in any way.
Right.
I think that change must come from within anyway. Like you have to see what the animals go through, and try to put yourself in their position. Like if you try to feel living in these conditions, and try to feel that on yourself, there's nobody who would say, I want this to happen.
Yeah. Like I grew up on a small farm.
Yeah.
So we not only meat what we have animals. Yeah, it's good to somehow be aware and to think what I can do differently and what consider what are you buying.
Yeah.
But still somehow somehow I'm swallowed by consuming things
If you live a happy life, or if the animal lives a happy life, you think it's okay to kill it to eat it then?
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
Okay. And why is that okay?
I think that just God created them to so we can have food and
But did he?
Yeah.
Are you Christian?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you read the Bible?
Yeah.
What does it say? It says in the first Genesis.
Yeah, like
It says he created all the greens and all the vegetables and everything that grows out of the earth.
yeah,
for us
then
to eat.
after in
sin,
some
with sin, then we can eat. But then in heaven again, we're supposed to be vegans. It says so in the book of Josiah. It says when you enter the kingdom of God, nobody will hurt anyone. The lion will sleep next to the lamb, and everybody will be living in peace because they're filled with the glory of God. So that means basically that God's ideal is veganism, which is quite interesting.
yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah. He says that we can eat animals here on this planet because we have to, and that we had to until 1972 when we discovered how to make B12. Now we don't have to anymore, so now it's a choice, and it was a moral choice. So now we come to the point where we can say, well, I can choose to kill, or I can choose not to kill. And if you think about it, like, okay, so God is all powerful and He loves us all. What do you think He would say? Do you think He would say, well, just go ahead, kill? Or do you think He would say, thou shalt not kill?
Yeah, but it's like
I still believe he
Yeah.
makes little distinction between, or like he makes. I think there's a huge distinction between humans and animals in the
Okay.
Bible as well.
Oh yeah,
and
sure.
I
But if you put the devil and Jesus in one room, and there's a lamb and there's a knife, who of them would kill the lamb?
neither. I don't know why they.
And let's say that.
I don't know. I mean, maybe the devil would. I don't know. Like,
Would Jesus kill it?
I believe that Jesus did probably consume animal products
Okay,
while
yeah.
on Earth.
Yeah, well, during
I
that
can't
time you
say
had
anything.
to.
yeah.
During that time you had to.
Right.
But now, right now, if you had a room and there's a lamb in the room, let's say one of them has to kill it. Who do you think would do it? Who do you think would slit the animal's throat? If you put it like that, I mean, I think most people would agree that probably Jesus wouldn't. Probably.
Probably, but I
Probably.
don't. Yeah, but more because I don't think he needs to eat. Does that make sense? Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. If,
Well, he
like,
ate when he was here.
Yeah, right,
yeah.
but not anymore.
now.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
So
like,
okay. But it's, I think it
this
says
is
in
taking
the
a super interesting turn.
Yeah,
Very, very,
but I think it says in the Bible in heaven we eat.
yeah.
So it would be logical to assume that Jesus probably eats. Maybe God as well.
Okay.
Maybe he doesn't need to, but maybe we won't need to either because there's
Yeah.
no death in heaven, so we don't have to die.
Right.
But eating is quite a good thing.
Right.
So let's assume then that he eats
Yeah.
and that you have a fruit and a lot of vegetables and grains and legumes and everything on the table, and you have a lamb that you have to kill before you eat it. So then Jesus here is walking around, tra-la-la-la-la, and I'm hungry. Do you think he will kill the animal to fry it up and eat it, or do you think fuck it, you can live, I'll eat the fruits?
Probably the fruits. I would guess, but I have no merit for that
Yeah.
reasoning
No,
at
no,
all.
sure.
I have no. That's just a guess.
Yeah.
of
Well,
my own
except
complete-
the fact that it says in the Bible that the lamb and the lion will sleep next to each other. Nobody will hurt anyone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, this is a good point. I think that
Yeah.
it says so clearly in the Bible about paradise.
If it really had been important, he would have clarified that very. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but sure. But the Bible was written 2,000 years ago, most of it at least. Back then, we had to eat animals.
Right.
We had no mass production. We had no monocrops. We had there's a lot of things that have changed
Right.
back then. I mean, that would be like saying, if God wanted us to use cell phones, He would write something about that in the Bible.
Right.
You know, and He doesn't. So
Right.
basically, we can't find all the answers in the Bible, but there is quite clear distinction that we should treat animals with respect.
Right.
And what we do to animals in today's production, do you think that's respectful to the animals?
No, but kind of like what you were talking
Yeah.
about the small farm. It's not necessarily the eating that's bad. Not I don't know, but it's the way that you treat the animals,
sure.
right? Like, but I.
But if we boil it down, sorry,
Yeah. No,
if you
go
boil
for
it down to, you can choose to eat it,
Uh-huh.
or to choose alternatives that doesn't require killing.
Yeah,
Which
yeah.
ones do you think is more logically and morally probable that He would say now? in
I
today's
really
society?
do not want to speak for God at all. So I really.
Oh yeah,
don't
that's a
wanna-
good point. That's
I
a
really
good
don't
point.
want to go on the record and say anything, but I would in my personal life say that I do, like, from a personal, like, moral understanding, I definitely would say that choosing not to kill would be
Yeah.
the right thing to do.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good point that you made right now. I think you should keep that point in your pockets. Of this.
Yeah. But I still this is
Because
I guess for me I don't know, because I don't disagree with I think veganism is really healthy as well. Like, I think
Yeah,
it's super
sure.
super good on I think it's environmentally friendly, and I think it's healthy, and it's
so what's
the
your
ethics
argument to not? Is it just like comfort and
mostly how I
taste?
eat is vegan just because of the way that my family eats, but it's because I like to be able to go to my grandma's and not be like, I'm not going to eat this food that you made for me.
Okay.
Or it's like, I'm going to grab some lunch in my cafeteria and we're having soup with meat in it. And I'm like, well, I'm going to eat that still. You know what I mean? Like, I do it not because I do shut off that part of my brain that thinks about the animal behind it, and I say that this is really convenient and very fast and and I do it, and it's terrible, but I still do.
But okay, so that's interesting. I mean, I love the fact that you're willing to agree to the fact that it's not good for the animals.
Right.
Because that's at least that's a honesty that
Right.
is most people don't share this honesty. Most people kind of lie to themselves and say, I don't know, so I don't care.
Yeah.
But you at least admit to yourself that there's a cruelty involved in this choice. We talked about respect earlier.
Yeah.
Do you think it's respectful to kill someone if you don't have to?
If I had to?
If you don't have to?
If I don't have to, no. But I do not view animals and humans the same.
No,
I don't
you
value
don't have
them
to.
the
You don't
same.
have to. So I would never kill a human being.
Right.
I would never kill an animal.
Right.
But if I had to survive,
Yeah.
then that's a different thing. If
Right.
somebody pointed a gun to my face and I had to point a gun to their face first, I might have.
Yeah.
And if I would starve to death unless I ate the animal, maybe I would.
Yeah.
But that's not a moral question. That's about survival. So the question I'm really asking is, if you don't have to kill to survive, is it respectful to kill an animal too, when you don't have to?
It does come down to Christianity because we were created in God's image. I don't believe that all animals were.
Oh, we were put here, the animals we were put here to reign over, right?
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
but where does that mean kill when you don't have to? I mean, I don't see that as fitting within the concept.
Yeah. Yeah.
But even if we agree that humans and animals or non-human animals and human animals are different,
Right.
Even if we agree that, the only thing we're asking here is, so we're killing these animals for convenience and for taste
Right.
and for tradition.
Right.
Are these good enough arguments? I mean, even if we are so much more valuable, they're still mistreated and
Yeah.
killed for something that's not a big value for us. So we take everything from them to create a small value for us, because we can change that value with beans, with products you buy in the stores, and the animals would be better off, and we would be better off, and the environment would be better off. So I mean, I don't want to put you on the spot here. I think these are interesting questions, and
No, it's definitely interesting.
Cool.
Okay. Thank you guys. Thank you so much.
My name is Daniel. It was nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Miriam.
Hey.
Lynn. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Hi.
Okay.
Bye.
Thank you, bye bye.
Om du setter videoen hele veien, så du hvor mye vi kan oppnå bare med en liten tur ut på byen, ikke sant? Det var så utrolig inspirerende. Og gøy jo, fordi at det her var første gangen vi har gjort sånn aktivisme her i Kristiansand, som jeg vet om i alle fall. Og i alle fall for de andre aktivistene som var med, så var det jo første gangen det var liksom gøy å teste. Og når folk kan liksom velge veganisme bare basert på at de har møtt noen som står og prater litt om det, det er tålig heftig, altså. Så det er den makta som ligger i mine og dine hender. Og derfor vi trenger flere som gjør sånn som dette her. Vi trenger flere som går ut og sier, hei, vet du hva? Det her er virkeligheten. Dyrene gjenger gjennom dette her. Vi har alt vi trenger for å vise deg det. Om du bare våger å kikke, så er det det her som skjer. Og det er du og meg som kan gjøre noe med det. Og desto flere aktivister vi blir som går ut og sier til mennesker at de må tenke seg om, desto bedre blir det. Så ja, jeg er bare kjempeinspirert akkurat nå. Jeg synes det er dritgøy. Så heng på, prøv det her selv, og du trenger ikke vite alt for å gjøre det. Du må bare liksom våge å snakke med folk. Så ja, en kjempestor takk til alle som velger å støtte meg på Patreon eller på noen andre lignende måter, moralsk støtte. Altså, alt sånt betyr virkelig verden når en prøver å gjøre det her i større og større grad hele tiden. Det er så utrolig viktig og herlig, så tusen takk. Jeg kunne ikke gjort det her uten å vite at det finnes i fremtiden, uten dere som støtter meg på Patreon. Så tusen takk. Synes du det her er dritkult, og så vil du se mer av det, så kikk på linker som ligger nede i beskrivelsen der nede. Så klikk deg inn og les litt. Synes du det virker kult? Velkommen. Det er dritgøy, og ja, i alle fall. Takk for at du kikket på videoen. Ha en kjempefin kveld. Ha det.